Hello and welcome back to the Sovereign Society podcast. I did not I did not think that I would have to make this video and record this episode. It actually wasn't even on my list of episodes to create in terms of planning ahead. But unfortunately, we saw on Thursday, just days after the 222 portal, that war has begun with Russia and the Ukraine. And well, we all know that war is not the answer and never has been. I wanted to come on to create this episode to talk about sovereignty as our birthright and also understand and recognize and put the pieces together that what happened on 222 and what is happening as not necessarily even the dust settles, but as we integrate this energy, whatever is not in alignment is going to be coming up to the surface to be alchemized, healed, and transmuted. And that means the patterns and the conditions and the habits of the Piscean Age, which was about division and war and combat, separation, competition, all of these pieces and elements that are all stemmed from the ego, that are all from separation, consciousness, they are all coming up to the surface to be alchemized, healed, and transmuted. So, this episode here, I'm just in full transmission myself. I have no notes here. I'm calling forth the highest benevolence of truth, love, and compassion to create this sacred space here because this medicine needs to be shared. I was going to go on an Instagram live, my Instagram, both on my new account that I started at Sabrina Riccio and my old account, which had my 10 plus thousand followers at shamanessa.godessa. Both of them are not working where I can't even be seen or to share this message. So I know firsthand, and I know from experience and what I've witnessed in the spiritual war that I've been navigating through for years now, that they don't want, these dark forces do not want this message out. So I just said, fuck it. I'm going to jump on a podcast and I'm going to record this and I'm going to push back all my other episodes I was going to record to share this one out because we need to speak up for Ukraine. We need to speak up for the innocent people who are going through this war over power, right? And that's the piece that I really want you to understand. The Piscean Age was all about war, destruction, power. Think about it. We saw the two world wars. We had the Holocaust. We had wars and battles even centuries before that, a lot of the time post Christ, the crucifixion of Jesus, up until the shift of 2012. And like I said, I really believe that the 222 portal was anchoring in the Aquarian Age, which means all the old systems that aren't going to be sustainable into this new age, into this new era, they have to be released. They have to be the mess, right? And after all the chaos comes order. And there's a great blessing and opportunity we have right now that we have the modern technology, social media, podcasting, that we can share information and we can stand in solidarity for countries that never had this blessing 30 years ago, right? Or 20 years ago, 25 years ago, of having more of this deeper awareness. Luckily, we are the most educated generation there has been. And I think a lot of us are waking up sooner. And the ones that haven't been awakened yet, they're on that journey right now. And I really think that was a lot of the medicine of the 222 portal. And like I said, we're still anchoring, we're still adapting. Recording this, there's even been a palindrome week. Like, I'm recording this on Thursday, but this episode is coming out on Wednesday. So this is 32222. But the new moon here and these new beginnings, and there's just so much right now about change. And while we're seeing all of this war outside of us in our reality, in media that really loves to fearmonger, we need to think above. We need to rise above that. And so if you are someone who understands that the inner creates the outer, doing that inner work is non-negotiable. And when you choose to get out of your own way and do that deeper inner work so that you can come into union with your highest self, where the ego, the edging God out, the mind, right? These fears, these limiting beliefs, they can't take over. You don't have, they don't have power over you anymore when you decide to step into your sovereignty, when you decide to say enough is enough and you're going to take the lead. You're going to be that sacred disruptor that breaks and takes out and clears out the patterns, outdated beliefs, limiting everything that's not in alignment. You're clearing that out. You're saying enough is enough, right? You taking that initiative, you taking that leap and saying it ends with me and it won't be passed down for the lineages to come. It's big fucking work. But we have tools, we have community, we have the ability to rely on God, to ask for that support, where we need to, again, get out of our own way. And there's a lot shifting. I know for me personally, that's why I really believe I've been navigating through so much of the health pieces, is so that I can continuously clear out to make space for my own self, and then to see that in my external world, because again, the inner creates the outer. And this is why for years I've been really devoted to sharing with you tools that can help you heal, that can help you become embodied in your sovereign truth, right? And that's why even when I teach people about business, sovereign embodiment comes first, plain and simple. You cannot be of service, you cannot help others and share from this overflow if you haven't taken the time to help yourself first. It's not a narcissistic belief. It's not selfish. There's some ways, in a way, you're doing this work to be selfless, right? You're doing this work because you're here on purpose. You're here on mission. And so my prayer for you is that you understand that with what's going on right now in the Ukraine, with what's going on in Russia, and people are listening all over the world listening to this, this is the last of the fall of the Piscean Age of combat, of division, of separation, of competition. We have a handful, not so many, but we have a handful of people in power, and I say this with air quotes, in power, that are doing what they can to feed their ego. And I can tell you straight up, a lot of those people who are running these various countries, because it's also happening in my country, they have so many unresolved issues within themselves that they are projecting it out into the world. It is what it is. And so right now we need to come in solidarity. Right now we cannot allow the news that is going on, that is, again, feeds off of fear mongering, because if you're giving away your power to these external sources, especially when they're promoting or sharing fear and war and division, if you're constantly feeding your energy into that, they have power over you, right? They're hooking you in from the spaces where you may have either the most insecurity, unprocessed traumas, unprocessed fears, wounds from your past, from your beliefs, patterns that you grew up with or were conditioned to believe. We've had that for so long. And again, all of that is being dismantled right here and right now. So with the Aquarian Age being anchored in, which is a time of unity, of collaboration, of community, right? This energy that's happening, this energy that is shifting into, right, 5D unity consciousness, we've been stuck in this 4D frame where we're recognizing the truth, time, right? I'm talking a lot about this in my book, and this is the part of my book that I just finished editing. So I'm really passionate to talk about this right now. But if we've had duality as the 3D reality, we're having to navigate through the fourth dimension of time, right? Time is an illusion. It's something we create, and we'll create more spaciousness if we need more of that to heal, to alchemize, to transmute. But if we can shift our mindset, we can quantum leap into 5D unity consciousness, where we've unified with God within ourselves. We've unified with our highest self. We've unified with love. And so, what war is the absence of love. And so, we need to cultivate and bring in more time for loving and nourishing ourselves, loving and nourishing our community, sharing that love outside, because love is everlasting. Love is all there is. Love is God. And it's so fascinating because even just recording this now, my recording stopped. So clearly, I'm navigating through a spiritual war within sharing to share this message out. And this is something I've been navigating through since 2012, since before I got struck by lightning, where I really saw, oh, this is why I'm here, and I want to do whatever I can to share with you resources, support, information to help you understand that peace begins within. Peace starts with us. And I want you to cultivate more peace in your life. I want you to answer the call. I want you to say, this division that I've witnessed in my own life, it ends with me. And, this is what has been fueling me to do the work that I do. This has been what I've studied, what I've experienced within myself, and to share from that space of overflow. And that's what I want you to understand. Whatever it is you've navigated through, especially the areas or the situations or the experiences where you believed you were separate from God, where you believed that you were less than, not enough, what have you, all of that is coming up to the surface right now for you to clear out. And I think, again, that's a lot of what the 222, 222 energy really brought forth, is balance and alignment. So everything that's not in balance right now, everything that's not in alignment with the highest good for all is coming up to be worked through. But guess what? Love will always win. So right now, what we need to do is pray more. We need to meditate. We need to take care of ourselves. We need to honor our mental health and well-being. We need to check in within our community. We need to pray, not allowing the doubt and the insecurities and the fears to take over, because then again, you are giving away your power and your energy to these external forces that are doing their best to stop you from living out your soul's divine mission and purpose. So right now, again, the Piscean Age, we're at the 11th hour. Even today, when I woke up, the cards that I pulled were final step, endings, be you, conflict, and the heart. So what I'm hearing, and receiving frequency as well, was at the bottom of the deck. So what I'm hearing from that card reading was that this is the 11th hour. And are you going to quit right now? Hell no, you are not going to quit. You know your worth. You know what you're capable of. You know you are here to revolutionize the world with your medicine. So you need to get out of your own way. You need to ask for support from God. You need to ask for some support from your ancestors, your loved ones, and anchor in the highest benevolence of truth and love and compassion. To anchor it in, you've got to be willing to face it. You've got to be willing to look at it. You've got to be willing to integrate it. You've got to be willing to make peace with your past, to practice forgiveness, have that clean slate and that clean soul, purify your soul. So that's my prayer for you all. Again, I wanted to come on because seeing what's going on, I've been fueled all day. Even when I've had really crazy dreams last night, where I was in a hospital and they were about to use radiation on my stomach, which is where I've had a lot of my challenges with my health lately. And I woke up from it and it was like around 2 in the morning and I started instantly writing out my dream. Um, it's a war on consciousness as well, because the fear of what's going to happen, right? There's this fear of like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? That is going to be a piece that is going to keep those dark forces in power rather than allowing love to take the lead. So when we remember that life is happening for us and not to us, we need to take an honest inventory on what's going on out there, was reflecting back to us, and take initiative by healing ourselves, by nurturing ourselves, by nourishing ourselves, by taking radical responsibility, by choosing to be part of the solution. And I think that's what this whole thing is really fueling the people who really want to be genuine sovereign leaders, is how are you choosing to be part of the solution? How are you choosing to take initiative? Seeing what's going on based off of what you've experienced and what you've been able to conquer and overcome, how are you going to unleash your medicine out into the world? That's what fuels me to do this work more than ever. I'm doing what I can to stand with the Ukrainian people. And I wanted just to come on and share this transmission and this medicine, because I'm passionate about this work, and I believe that we're here during this wild time, and this is unfolding during this crazy time because the people all over the world have the power to win. So let us raise the vibration of our planet, the frequency of the planet, because that's what the Aquarian Age is all about. 5D unity consciousness is a frequency. If we can continue to heal ourselves and get out of our own way and forgive, do that deeper work, we'll raise the vibration of the planet by healing ourselves. So I love you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. I wanted to create this episode and just really share this, because this is why we came here. Now is the time for us to step up our game. Now is the time for us to answer the call to unleash our medicine. And I believe we have the ability to do so. Whenever you feel like it's overwhelming, all the social media, the news, the media, turn it off. Do what you need to do to take care of you, because these systems are crumbling. Think of the Tower card in tarot, right? These systems, outdated beliefs, buildings that were built on not so solid foundations because they weren't built from love, they were built on greed. They're all crumbling now because the light is coming through. That's what I just keep seeing, this vision of light coming through the cracks and just like clearing out the outdated energy, the outdated pattern structures that aren't in alignment with where humanity is going. And where we're going is peace. Where we are going is love. Where we are going is sovereignty, because that is all our birthright. Peace, sovereignty, and love is our birthright. We all have that we can have that as our reality. There's nothing that tells us we can't, right? So we are children of God. Remember that. And we came here on this planet to help heal this planet. So right now, I'm calling forth peace, just this beautiful purple field around this planet. Iridescent purple is just what I'm seeing right now. This rainbow field around this whole planet, and just clearing out the muck and the debris, alchemizing it, healing it, and transmuting it once and for all. And for the Ukrainian people, just infusing peace and love and harmony within and without. And for the Russian people too, who also don't want this war. Over 1,500 of them have been arrested for protesting anti-war. And instead of anti-war, we need to be pro-peace. So let's infuse pro-peace into Russia right now, into the Ukraine, and on this entire planet, calling forth the highest benevolence of truth and love and compassion. Peace is our birthright. Sovereignty is our birthright. Freedom is all of our birthrights. We are all children of God. Praying for our future. Praying for the children. and for the generations to come. We're dismantling these atrocious historical events that have just been repeating itself over and over and over again. We don't need to keep going through these nasty patterns. We went from a global pandemic to this war. Do not consent. Pro peace, pro unity, pro health, pro vitality, pro love, pro collaboration, with the purest intention for the people of Russia, people of Ukraine, especially for the people of Ukraine right now, and for peace for all people on this planet. May peace prevail. And we thank God. May justice prevail. I love you all. Please take some time for yourselves. Take some time to reflect. Take some time to just shower this planet with love. And all work done. Thank you all. I love you. Like I said, true leadership is on the rise right now. And this is where we are here to answer the call and truly anchor in the Aquarian age, to anchor in unity consciousness, to walk like Jesus. And that's what I just keep thinking about. Jesus, when Christ was coming through and on his 33rd year and helping the people out, the society tried to stop him. The quote unquote people in power tried to stop him because he was on mission to do God's work, to do love. We have the opportunity and the power and the chance to anchor in Christ consciousness of love, of peace, of compassion, of sovereignty. And again, it starts with you making that choice to say war, division, competition, anger, all these things that cause division, it ends with you. It ends with you. So take that leap, make that choice, and do what you do to fuel you with peace, with intention, pure intention, and with love. And we will win. Peace will prevail. The Aquarian age is being anchored. The fact that this is happening as the United States is navigating through its Pluto return in the second house of finance, and so much of the financial system, we're seeing that also change in Canada. We can't make this up, but we're going to get through this. We've got this, and we're going to come together and join and show up as a sovereign society. So thank you, Sovereign Society, for being here. I'd love to hear what you thought. You can leave a testimonial on iTunes and let me know what you thought of this episode. You can also leave a rating and review, but you can also leave a comment on my YouTube channel. I just think it's fascinating that this video cut 3 times or twice, because, like I said, I know there's truth in this message. But I love you. Thank you for being here, and I'll be seeing you soon. Take care. Sat Nam. We stand with the Ukraine, and may peace prevail. Take care.